All right, it is Pick Central, our daily gambling show here on Barstool, where we talk gambling and pretty much whatever else comes to our mind. It is I, Brandon Walker, back in the seat once again, and yes, that is a beautiful, sexy Barstool Sportsbook sweatshirt that I am wearing. And if you are in New Jersey today, it is your day. We have, let's see, this is now our 7th state, I believe. We're talking Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Colorado,
Virginia.
And Virginia. Today, New Jersey goes live. That's 7 states, and frankly, feels like the most important state so far. It's a really, really important state. Huge. If you're in New York, why don't you go over to New Jersey, see how Hoboken feels, how everything's going. Oh, look, I made it to that graphic. Thank you.
We got 4 lifelong Jersey residents in here, too.
Yeah.
Big time. Oh, yeah.
Huge Jersey guys.
Used to be 5.
Yeah.
Oh, Smitty,
was a Hoboken.
He's in a Barstool state, though. He's in a sportsbook state.
Hey, am I considered a lifelong Jersey?
Yeah.
You were until you weren't.
Forget about it.
Something like
That's
that.
the way I say it.
South Jersey,
That's the way I say
not
it.
the trash bags. Up
Yeah, but
north,
you lived in Hoboken.
I did live in Hoboken.
I thought the
was
trash
one of the-
bags were down south.
I was a trash bag. I mean, it's a different kind of trash. Either you get like the nice hefty trash bags that, make stuff happen, or you get the shit that just bottoms out left and right, leaves you with trash juice on your fucking shoes at DJs.
I understand
left and right.
what
Trash
you're saying,
juice.
too.
Trash juice.
Yeah, it's swampy shit.
Okay. All right. So
Love Jersey though. Long live the Bruce.
Smitty's here, Marty's here, Big F's here, and Mintz is here. And if you're asking where Rico is, he'll be here tomorrow. If you're asking where the other piece of shit is that absolutely makes me hate this job, he will be here Friday. Jeff Nadeau will be here Friday. Rico will be here tomorrow. They're not here today, so let's not focus on their whiny ass bitches. So here we go. It is Pick Central. We can talk about whatever we'd like. And I want to start with the most ridiculous pick we've ever had on this show.
Ever?
The most ridiculous, stupidest pick getting bailed out. Yesterday, Smitty, in his picks, gives us Red Sox -4. At no point ever during this game was -4 for the Red Sox ever even close to being in consideration. And then they get to it happened in the 9th or the 10th? I don't know.
In the 11th. Walk-off grand slam in the 11th.
Bottom of the 11th inning, tie game, 1 run wins it. He doesn't get close to winning. Walk-off grand slam.
Hey, Mayor Ding Dong City. God bless Travis Scholl.
Walk-off grand slam. And you push the stupidest bet of all time.
Hey, sometimes the worst bets ever deserve to push.
If you put in 3.5, you would have had the most miracle victory ever.
True. You know what that was? That was me having a rough morning yesterday. We had a doctor's visit, and then dealing with the baby, and then forgetting to put my picks in, and understanding I have to play catch-up ball because these Yankees scum fucks are just betting on their own team and running away with the competition.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's why I'm up 15 years.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. When I feel good about the
tear.
Yeah. When I feel good about a game like I did the last couple weeks with the Rays, I'll go -2.5. I think I went to -3.5 and kind of package them. Backfired with the Phillies last week because that team is just dick. But felt good yesterday. And I'll be honest, I didn't think those odds would be +160. I thought it would be +400.
Right. That's what was crazy about it.
Yeah, I thought,
When I set it in,
I had the Rangers +260 yesterday.
I did not know it was +160 when I put it in. But, sometimes
If you
it
start
works out.
sliding that thing, and it's a great tool to be able to slide that thing
Very,
and
very
do. But when you start sliding, and you get all the way to 4, because you got to slide it far to get to 4, and it's only at +160, that's time to start sliding back.
I mean, they were minus 330 money line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I had the Rangers almost.
And the fact
And they were down to their last strike in the 9th.
Well, down the last strike in the 9th, and they were down in the 10th, 2 outs, runner on first, down a run. They came through, Mayor Ding Dong City.
I don't know why I didn't put it together, but the fact that Marty and Ev are running away with competition this month is just based solely on the fact that the Yankees are 18-4 in August.
But
You guys could have bet on them.
Marty takes
right.
everything.
I don't take them with the same religiousness as he does. I always play them personally. I don't always give it out as my pick. I have been quite a bit because they're just on a tear. They're just playing well. Why wouldn't I ride the wave?
10 in a row, and yesterday, Stanton won the game pretty much by himself.
Yeah.
And Montgomery didn't even pitch that well. He was just kind of gritting it out. And our outfield is the biggest outfield in the world, and they're all really good outfields.
I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my picks. I'm going to go ahead and pick Stanton to hit a home run tonight because when he gets He looks
Yep.
when he gets
He
rolling.
looks like
He's a heat
Mullins.
check guy.
Yeah.
He's a heat check
He
guy.
looks locked in, and he hit a bomb yesterday. And then the second one, the one he did hit that didn't go out.
The double, yeah.
That
was a
killed
line
somebody.
broke.
I said this before the show when the Yankees played the Phillies at Citizens Bank Park early in the year, and they sat a healthy Stanton because they didn't want him to play the outfield for 2 games. I thought Aaron Boone should have been fired, and I still think he should be retroactively fired for how well Stanton's playing right now.
It's definitely tough to fire him when they're doing this, but I understand. We were yelling
Trust
at
me,
him
there were
entire
points in the
time.
season I was calling for his head.
I
for
did- I
sure.
tweeted-
Like, how do you
like-
bench him?
Dude,
like-
how do you bench?
I just don't.
We
They just
know.
treat him like so fragile. And so you got to let him play. Our best lineup is when he's in the outfield,
Yes.
and Rizzo is in, and Voit is DHing. That is the best the lineup can be.
It is still amazing that we are in 2021 and pitchers are still hitting. It is the stupidest thing I have ever seen. You can't like it. No one. Do you guys like it?
I know in the chat there will be people like baseball purists. Everybody wants to act like a baseball purist online, but nobody actually wants to see pitchers hit.
No.
People want to be, oh yeah, I believe in the purity of the game. I believe in this. I believe in the strategy. Do you really want to see, Zach Greinke come up with 2 runners on
Do you
and 2
want
outs?
3 moments you'll get during the year? You'll probably get 3 moments where like, oh, that was pretty cool. The pitcher did that.
Right.
Or would you rather them stay healthy and pitch really well like what they're supposed to do? I was shocked when I saw Yanoa or whatever.
Right.
He was batting
Yeah,
365.
he hits well.
No, every level of baseball in existence has the DH except the National League and Major League Baseball.
Isn't that confirmed change for next year? Or are they still working that out?
Oh, that's not confirmed change.
That's not
I think it's
confirmed
like
change?
still working. Like they've still
Got it.
been trying to.
I
do
thought they
it.
were actually getting closer to it, and then took a step back on it.
Got it.
Andrew Harris says, "I love pitchers hitting." So he's just lying.
What?
Nobody loves pitchers
Seems
hitting.
Like you love seeing some asshole go up there and just swing and
But,
miss 3 times.
I mean,
you
even
just
if
pray
you,
for a
if you
walk.
believe in the purity of the game, you believe in strategy. If you believe in that, fine. Nobody loves seeing pitchers hitting.
No.
Yeah, like
How can you?
I've grown to like.
It's like having sex with somebody that weighs 300 and saying, "I love having sex with somebody that weighs 300." No, you really don't.
just
You just
grow
take
to
what you
like
can
it.
get.
Just taking the
Yes.
at bat. You're just
It's-
taking the at
Right,
bat.
you're
like
just-
it's the rule
You're
right
just getting
now.
your reps in.
I don't know if that.
I
analogy was a
meant
little
women.
off.
I meant women. Not.
Well,
not
no,
men.
but that.
You're a big, beautiful man.
Thank you. I throw it down, B-Wall.
I know you do.
I do. I promise.
You be laying dick. I know.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right.
You said
But
big
I-
FB fucking.
I know what you're saying though, because it's like we have to deal with the rule. So I do appreciate like, all right, are we gonna walk the guy to get to the pitcher?
Oh, here's the worst take ever. You
But-
want to hear the worst take ever?
Yeah.
This Aaron York says, "So no one likes Otani now." Shut up.
Oh my
Come
god.
on.
Come on.
One of one.
Come on, man.
That might
The
be
once in a
worst.
lifetime guy.
That might be the
That's
worst
my
take,
guy.
yeah.
That's my guy, Aaron.
What a fucking idiot.
That's my guy.
Nah, we actually, you know what? We don't like Otani. Just stick to pitching. We don't want
Right?
anything.
Correct.
in-
Yeah. All right, we got a lot to talk about. Sportsbook in New Jersey today. A lot of Marty. There are some hashtags save WTL in the chat. So we'll talk. We won't talk about that on this show.
We could talk about it.
No, we're not going
quickly.
to talk about it on this show.
I was wondering. Yeah.
I mean, people are wondering what's going on.
No, we're not going to talk about it on this show. This is not. We talk about it on that show.
All right, that's fine with me. Save WTL. Can I tweet it?
Yeah, you can tweet it. That's fine.
Wait,
all right,
did Zot ruin the show last week?
No. He bumped the numbers.
we're having some issues with Walk the Line.
Marital problems?
Whether one, no, it's not marital. We're fine. Me and him are fine.
Okay.
But I've got some other scheduling obligations coming up that it was going to make more sense to end Walk the Line, and Marty doesn't want to end Walk the Line, and we're at a crossroads.
Gotcha.
So
And this has nothing to do with the resurgence of the pussy cam.
No.
no. The
Well,
pussy-
you want to make him? You want to
He's
go?
in Jackson. He's in
Let's
Jackson.
go mince the line then. B walk.
That's, I mean,
I'll sub in.
That's not about Walk the Line. That's about my new show that's coming very soon.
just I
I'll
came
go
in
sub
hot.
on him.
Well, I think we solved it though.
I think we're going to get it. I think Walk the Line will get saved.
All right,
How'd
all right.
that happen? How'd the conversation go?
Just whatever. We'll talk later. we will absolutely talk later. B-Walk, when's the sports book coming to Tennessee? Soon.
I think it's
Yes.
next couple October,
During
November.
the fall.
No,
Yeah,
I-
it's sometime during the
No,
fall.
I think it's quicker than that.
Awesome.
I heard it's
Okay.
very
I
soon.
think it's like maybe September.
Tennessee's going to be the first Southern state.
Yeah. And then I believe Louisiana.
Louisiana,
start
good
making
news.
plans
Well,
to-
so they fast tracked the sports gambling. It's going to be October in the state. The app's not going to be then, but the retail sports books are going to be October.
All right, so we got several things. Let's talk to you real quick.
Saints are going to the Super Bowl.
First of all, don't even ever mention a quarterback controversy again or a quarterback competition. That's not a competition. Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Get
is
that
the guy.
fucking big-ass grin off your face. Jameis is the guy.
Jameis is the guy.
I mean, he looked good.
No, he looked really good. And just watching the Saints the last 5 years, I mean, you never see any vertical. Drew Brees' arm was so worn out. It was exciting to see the ball being launched down the field. And, man, Marquez Callaway, both those catches. I mean, the one-hander, and then he got the corner draped all over him. That was exciting to see somebody making plays not named Mike Thomas, a receiver for the Saints.
Yeah, I just is that replicable in the season? Is Marquez Callaway going to do that when it matters?
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be a big-time number one, but can he, fill the void while Thomas is out a little bit and maybe slide into the 2 or 3 role and help? I think that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought Jameis looked good. And here's the thing. I don't know that I've thought about this enough, but Jameis Winston has the makings of a good quarterback. Hell, he can throw for big numbers. He just had the huge 30 interception year. I don't know Bruce Arians is the guy to turn Jameis Winston into a good quarterback. If Sean Payton is that guy, it does change my thoughts on the Saints because I'm sitting here yesterday, I'm thinking 8-9, I'm thinking 7-10. But if Jameis is a 4,500 yard.
I mean, you think about it.
Can he go Ryan
35
Tannehill? Can he go
touchdown.
Ryan Tannehill on him?
35 and 15. If I can get 35 and 15 out of Jameis.
But you think about it with quarterbacks. I mean, Drew Brees wasn't exactly lighting it up before he came to Sean Payton.
He had he had a huge year for
What was that noise?
Chargers. No, him and LT and Gates had that huge year of the Superchargers.
Yeah, but
And then he hurt it, and then he did well, and then hurt his shoulder when the Gerard Warren fell on it. And they let him go
and then
'cause
Nick
they had
Saban and the Dolphins looked at his shoulder and said, "No, that guy's not going to be any good." Turns into a Hall of Famer, maybe a top 10 guy of all time. So, top 10 guy of all time?
I think so. That's the biggest ripple in the pond in sports is the Dolphins failing Brees' physical. Because if Brees goes to Miami, Saban and the Dolphins take on Brady and the Pats, no Bama dynasty, just all this stuff.
But
came
wait,
off that.
I mean,
I don't think Saban is successful.
but listen,
anywhere in the
just
NFL.
we passed on Brees, but we did sign Dante Culpepper, so we had that incredible run too. Were you okay? Oh yeah.
There it is.
All right.
Yeah.
There it is. That's Dante Culpepper. Remember that name? I legitimately thought when they were free agents, Dante Culpepper was the bigger get for Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I thought Dante Culpepper was like, this is going to take us the next level. It's going to be fantastic. I remember we opened up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if it was on Thursday night or a Monday night, and it just was garbage, trash. And nope, that didn't work. We chose the wrong guy. Why are you smiling so big, Big F?
No, I'm honestly just excited as a guy who was a Jameis Winston rider many moons ago. Some old takes might have to resurface.
Yeah, you're right.
I was on record. I had said when he left college that he would win multiple Super Bowls. I've owned that take even in the negative light. Who knows? Maybe he's back.
Second chances, baby.
Multiples. You know how hard it is to win multiples.
I was genuinely.
Drew Brees couldn't do
I
it.
was that high on him.
but Big Ben and Tom Brady. Is there anybody else who's still playing?
Aaron
I'm-
Rodgers hasn't.
I was self-admittedly.
Brees never did.
I was self-admittedly that high on him. I really I just believed in him so much.
Is
Coming
that
out of
it
college.
right now?
He's gonna be. I think
Just
so.
Yeah, was
Eli retired.
Eli
Russell
retired,
Wilson has
yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flacco has one.
I'm gonna say Jameis Winston's gonna be a top 5 quarterback of all time. Coming out.
Nick Foles has won. Still playing.
I was
Third
in on
stringer
the
in
guy.
Chicago.
he was high on him.
Yeah.
I've said this months ago too. I was so high on him coming. I just watched that first season and I was like, this guy is at Florida State. He was incredible.
Well, the thing is,
he was so accurate.
He's just kind of just dumb out there. He has the talent. He has the talent.
Because
1000%.
obviously it's a
You
different
see the
level. In
flashes.
college, he didn't do that though. Like in college, you didn't see the turnovers.
Do
the
you
way
remember the first time we ever saw Jameis Winston? He was a redshirt
Against
freshman.
Oh yeah, Pittsburgh. The Labor Day Monday night. It was
On
Labor
my
Day Monday
life,
night.
I called my father after that game and I said he's going to win the Heisman and they're going to win the national championship. Ask him. I swear to God, after that game, I said that both those.
That was the most impressive college debut I ever saw.
I was blown away. To that day, that's why I was so high on him. I watched him. I was like, this is like the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
He threw for 4. He ran for 1. He was like, I think he was 25 for 27.
Yeah, he
for
was
like
like-
over 300 yards.
I think he started out
5 touchdowns.
13 for 13 or
How
something
was he
like that.
projected going into that year? Was he in the Heisman?
He was a
race?
wasn't a
five-star.
Heisman
He was a
race.
5-star quarterback that went to Elite 11, but redshirted
Okay.
because it was behind. He came in behind EJ Manuel.
They said the rumor
what a
was
name
that
that
was
was.
the
Hey,
that was
16th
the,
overall pick.
Yeah.
the rumor was that was the first guy that Nick Saban had ever went to go see himself was Jameis Winston.
But he didn't really want him that much. Saban didn't. He was from Alabama, and Saban was kind
'Cause I know they had talked about that.
I don't know
He,
if it was,
actually
like, red
went to one
flags
of
or
his
something,
games.
but Saban-
showed up at one of his games in high school.
how much to get out of Alabama and Auburn, to get out from under Auburn, how much did Florida State have to come off for him? Man, my God, you get somebody out of Alabama under Auburn's nose.
I guess they were coughing it up more then than they were at the end of the Jimbo era.
That's a lot of crab legs.
That's why he was loyal to them. I mean, he took the crab legs thing on the chin. They gave him free crab legs. He had to just take that on the chin and act like he stole them.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He took it like a champ too.
He did. No, he
ruined it.
He didn't say anything.
Then he ruined it with like the fucker right in the pussy.
Yeah, that was on him. Yeah,
that was
for sure.
Crab legs.
Crab legs. I like crab legs.
No, he stole the crab legs.
No, he didn't. Yeah,
No,
well,
I was just saying he didn't actually steal them. They were for free.
Marty-
And then he had to say he stole them to not.
Marty's in his thoughts about Walk the Line.
I was not. I'm gonna be honest. I was. Yeah.
Right.
I just wanted to say he stole the crab legs.
Okay.
He's going to eat some W's this year.
Yeah. I would be excited to. I would love Jameis Winston as my quarterback.
So
because it's exciting.
I
is exciting.
found the most fascinating futures market on the Barstool Sportsbook app. By the way, I think Jersey, you're going live within this hour. But I found the most fascinating one about the NFL because you do team overs, there's not a lot of odds there, right? Coach of the year in the NFL, because I got to thinking about Sean Payton, right? If Sean Payton turns Jameis Winston into a top 10 quarterback,
And they go 12-5 or
13-5, boy, I mean, that sounds like Coach of the Year material. Yet Sean Payton is not in the top 10 of highest odds or best odds to win Coach of the Year.
I like where your head's at here,
I'm going to tell you. So the lowest odds you can get are Brandon Staley and Ron Rivera, Washington football team, and Brandon Staley.
The lowest odds?
Yeah.
But not everyone's listed. Probably.
Plus 1,300. Everybody's listed.
Still
So Nick Sirianni's listed on that. They're
the favorites. They're the favorites.
Oh, they're the favorites.
They're the favorites.
But still, 13 to 1's the
Yeah.
favorite, so that's not chalky.
13 to 1 for Brandon Staley and Ron Rivera. At 1,400, you've got Brian Flores and Kyle Shanahan. Okay. Decent, good coaches. So far, so good. At 1,500, Sean McVay and Kevin Stefanski, which I don't know how you win it if you're Stefanski, because last year was your breakthrough year.
Yeah.
You'd really have to be great.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Frank Reich and Arthur Smith at plus 1,600. Now, Frank Reich makes a lot of sense because we heard yesterday Carson Wentz could be ready to go week one.
He's already
Right.
he's zigzagging all over the place.
So
he's avoiding gators out there.
So Frank Reich is interesting. And then you got Sean McDermott at plus 1,700, Bill Belichick, Sean Payton, Matt Rule at plus 1,800, and I stopped writing there. That's your top 12. What do you think about Sean Payton at plus 1,800? He's always going to be one of the better coaches in the league, right?
Well, the thing was the Saints, they're 8-1 without Drew Brees starting the last few years. I mean, they've got a loaded O-line and D-line.
Who won Coach of the Year last year?
Stefanski, right?
Stefanski.
I have no idea.
I think Stefanski did. I'm pretty sure Stefanski. I'm pretty sure Stefanski won it. I'm pretty confident.
Where'd they go? 11-5, 10-6, 11-5. I think they were 11-5, right?
I think they were 11-5, and then they won the playoff game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, beat the shit out of the Steelers. That was fantastic.
The Peyton one's interesting. The Staley one is obvious. I see why they say that because
Stefanski.
You never want to replace a legend, and Anthony Lynn is the opposite of a legend.
Right, yeah.
I mean, and if the Chargers
anticipate the Chargers being a lot better.
Yeah, I mean the Chargers, and he gets them. I mean, even if they go 10-7 and make the playoffs, he's in the mix.
Oh man, the chat's giving me some good ones on somebody says Chase Young sack leader plus 1,800. That's interesting. Montez Sweat sack leader plus 2,800. I mean, these are.
And Matt Rule's a good pick too because he's the same position as taking over for Anthony Lynn, kind of, even though it's a second year. I mean, Matt Rule goes 11-6.
Well, here's the thing with Rule.
Darnold
If you believe Darnold can have a decent year, Carolina could improve a good bit.
Now on the other end,
what about Belichick?
He's at plus 1,800.
I know what you're saying, but
I just feel like they just won't give it to him, no matter what.
If Mac Jones comes out or Cam Newton comes out,
but he's going to need to go 14-3.
No, yeah.
I
just
just
think
don't.
the Patriots are going to be that good.
He's obviously great. I
don't either.
Yeah, I think his path.
thing.
If he, because the Bills are expected to be so good, if he wins the division, he certainly could win it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can win the
What's
division.
Urban Meyer? I'm just curious.
I didn't go that far
Okay,
down. I went down
curious.
and got a couple that I thought were interesting at the bottom. Mike Tomlin at plus 3,300. I mean, they could be pretty good. And the Browns, you could always count on them possibly to just the bottom fall out of them. So Mike Tomlin is a proven coach. Plus 3,300 is interesting. And Cliff Kingsbury also. Arizona's got talent. plus 3,100, I believe, for Cliff Kingsbury.
Well, the Arizona's got the boomer bust thing going, where if it broke really right, they could be awesome, and so that's worth the flyer just because of that.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just a fascinating market to me because you're taking a flyer, and there's no real favorite here. I don't know. Just depends on what you like, I guess.
Yeah, it's so much you're dealing with is expectations. So, like, if you're coach of the year, like you said, the Matt Rule thing, Carolina can go 10-7. You got a shot,
right?
But the Tomlin thing is going to be tough because they started 11-0 last year.
Yeah,
he's got to go like 12-5 or 13-4, and so a lot of that, the Peyton one makes sense because all you need to do is the Saints maintain that like 12-4, 11-5 status.
But still, Urban Meyer wins 10 games. He's right in there.
Oh yeah, that's why I asked it. Even if they look back,
if he won 10 games, it's a lock.
Lawrence plays
Jags?
like Trevor Lawrence. Look, the only 2 college games he ever lost were in the Superdome: Ohio State, Clemson, and Clemson, LSU. And then last night, man, he just needs to not play in the Superdome, man. It seems like he plays great everywhere but there. He just plays like it's like the House of the Rising Sun for him or something. I don't know.
I don't think Ron Rivera is like someone I want to pick.
They just won the division last year.
Like, I don't know, and I think I don't know. Fitzpatrick, I just not.
Right.
Everybody's hyping up this Washington football team offense. I'm not buying this Gibson or McLaurin. They were the worst offense in the NFL for years.
I absolutely love Fitzpatrick under 3,900 yards. Love it because, I mean, he very well could lose 2 straight games, and then the Hyman's in there.
How old is he now?
40-something?
He's lit mid 36, 37, I think.
No, he's older. He's got to be older than that.
Taylor.
He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me Fitzpatrick's age.
I'll look it up.
It's got to be. It's got to be in the 40s.
Yeah.
I was gonna late. I think late 30s.
I think 38. 38's my guess.
I think it's 40s.
I'll look it up.
I'm gonna say 30s.
TJ, you looking that up for me?
I'll say 30. I'll say 37.
Washington's defense, though, it's legit.
It's legit, especially the pass rush is
They're
nasty.
the favorites to win the division.
38 years old.
No, they're not.
38.
Dallas is plus
are the
150.
Cowboys?
Dallas is
Okay.
150.
They're like right there. What are they plus
Football
180?
team's 220.
I do think
Are they that high?
I do think the Cowboys are bluffing this Dak shoulder injury, holding him out.
Oh,
I kind of do.
yeah. I think if
With the knee coming off the leg thing,
Dude,
I'm not totally sure it's that
kind of
serious.
scare me. If they can play average defense and Dak is healthy,
Right.
Dak threw for. He's the only player to throw for 450 yards for 3 games in a season. He did last year when we played 4 games.
He was off to an incredible start.
I missed
Like,
that. Missed that on the.
and
I
they
missed
were
that on the dog.
It's like scary.
And they were 1-3.
Yeah,
Like, and the one was
that's because no defense.
and the one was a miracle. Remember the
Falcons.
game?
Oh yeah.
I forgot when you said it just now. I forgot the Steelers were started 11.
Yeah, remember it. Everybody knew it was smoke and mirrors.
Literally,
11-0
no one
ever.
bought it, and everyone was right.
Yeah, and then remember they lost that Monday night game as a 16.5-point favorite to Cincinnati to Ryan Finley.
And they lost to Washington.
Yeah, they just fell.
Yeah.
We're doing some props. The Fantasy Football Pod, we're going to be doing props with the Barstool Sports book. CeeDee Lamb's 1,050.5. I love the over. He had 935 last year without Dak.
Jersey's live.
Jersey's live.
We are live in New Jersey. The Barstool Sportsbook app. Download it, deposit, get ready to win, have some fun. It's the best sportsbook app in the game, and we are in Jersey, and that means a whole hell of a lot for the guys sitting here.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
Tonight's going to be electric.
Yeah,
I'm so pumped.
it is fantastic.
We all live in states. With the
I
sports
forgot
book.
you're in Jersey
that's
now.
not my joke. That's what I said. Lifelong, all 4 of us lifelong Jersey.
How long you been there? 2 weeks?
Not week and a half.
How's your body feeling after the workout?
Feeling good, man. It's my squat form is a little weak, man. People were there's a lot of concern. A lot of people were worried about form. Knees were not properly going over toes. But to me, it's just about having a good attitude, and we'll figure all that out.
Just enjoying the process.
Yeah, even though I have no idea what all these supplements I'm eating are, though. I'm taking like 5 or 6.
Can I talk to you about something?
Sure. What do you think?
What the fuck were you thinking tweeting out a picture of just holding up dog shit right to the camera?
I wasn't thinking very much.
That
I just thought shit and grit.
I could smell that tweet.
Yeah, so I was thinking in my head the shit and grit rhymed, and so it made sense with Grit Week, with me doing stuff for Billy.
So shit week.
Checks out.
Yeah, so that was the thought, but the camera was way too close.
It was a high definition picture of Billy's dog shit.
Yeah, it was not my finest moment. I admit it was short sighted. Literally, I was nearsighted to the crowd.
There was just, oh God, look at it.
Oh my God.
God,
good
it's just
grip,
right there.
That'd be more like pick up dog shit week, Grit Week. I thought it was.
Wait a second. So what hand is the dog leash in?
I had. Okay.
Is that
around your neck?
on one?
No, he was on one. I don't know. That was probably not the smartest thing I've ever done, but I've done a lot.
It was fine. It was an interesting tweet.
The yak threw me on about it last week.
Because I looked at it and I was like, What is that? Oh God, that's dog shit.
Like really close
All
up.
right. Man, oh man. What else we want to talk about? Oh, so let's talk about this. Hit that real quick.
All right, Showtime pay-per-view and Most Valuable Promotions presents Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, a 5-fight pay-per-view event in Jake Paul's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. The professional boxing card will take place this Sunday, August 29th. This action-packed pay-per-view telecast will be produced and distributed by Showtime Pay-Per-View, beginning live at a special time of 8 p.m. Eastern. The Barstool Sports book is the official sports betting partner of Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley and will have tons of ways to bet fight night along with special boosted odds and featured bets. The main event will feature renowned content creator and undefeated pro boxer Jake, the Problem Child Paul, and former UFC champion Tyron, the Chosen One Woodley. Tickets are on sale now and can be purchased at RocketMortgageFieldhouse.com, so order now. Go to the Showtime app or Showtime.com/pay-per-view and watch the event live on any supported device. The event is also available via all major cable, satellite, and telco pay-per-view providers for the low price of $59.99.
All right, so before we go any further, I'll have an announcement either later this week or early next week about a new venture that I'm doing, college football related, so stay tuned to that. College football, let's talk about it because I'm just having trouble making sense of why this isn't a reactionary kind of bitch move. The Big Ten, ACC, and Pac-12, the alliance is imminent. We will find out that they have formed an alliance to combat the SEC.
Was it the Big Ten in it, or was the Big 12, ACC, and Pac-12?
It's the Big Ten.
Big Ten, okay.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't realize the Big Ten was
No,
in
it's
it.
the Big Ten. It's after last year, Kevin Warren lost so much credibility. Now I think he's spearheading this, trying to look good, but it just doesn't make sense to me because eventually, I know this is all bluster because eventually the ACC and all 5 power teams will come together and make all the money. That's what's going to happen. Right now, they're reacting to the ACC bringing in Texas, Oklahoma. They're saying we're going to form an alliance. I just don't know. If you try to operate separately from the SEC, that's going to separate the money in college football. I don't understand how this is going to work.
I feel like they're just protecting themselves.
From what?
The SEC bolstering up.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit what the SEC's doing.
Yeah, like they're bolstering up. Why can't
They
why
added
can't
2
everyone?
teams. They added 2 teams. The
All right,
ACC
so we added
just added
more.
4 teams 10 years
I
ago.
mean, this is a Cold War right now. It's going to become civil very soon.
I think so. Yeah.
But I think they'll eventually just come. Like I think
they're gonna have to
work out just fine.
Yeah, I mean, once they realize the 12-team playoff is going to make everybody so much more money.
For sure.
So much more money. Whatever they're doing right now, like they're positioning pieces on the chessboard, it's just not going to matter. And I don't think, like the SEC already is the number 1 conference, right? Big Ten right behind them. But I don't understand what putting the ACC and the Pac-12 under your wing is going to help for the Big Ten. I don't understand that.
I mean, I guess it's
Because this is charity for the Pac-12, charity for the ACC.
no.
The only thing
I do. I kind of agree with that. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess obviously we don't fully understand it right now. I think like the only rational thing I'm thinking of is obviously just them kind of feeling like they need to get their ducks in a row. With the SEC thing already being number 1, they go grab 2 juggernaut programs.
But what does that mean?
They're just names.
Well, if it means no more crappy Big Ten versus MAC non-conference games early in the season, I'm for it. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what I think.
The SEC is not going to stop playing, Sunbelt teams.
No, but the SEC can do that because I think the SEC is going to end up having 9 conference games instead of 8, maybe
I
over
agree with
this.
that.
And so they're still going to have 2 or 3 G5 games. But on these other conferences, maybe this is going to encourage less of that stuff from like the Big, because the Big Ten always plays the MAC. Always in those crappy games, and maybe we'll see them play some tougher
But you see, like, the Big
non-conference
Ten-
games to keep up. Maybe.
But you see, like the Big Ten, they schedule the big games too. I think.
No, I know.
All the conferences do that.
Yeah, like Ohio State's playing Oregon this year.
No, Ohio
like,
State
literally,
always
when I
plays.
was younger,
Ohio State
we
plays
played
one big one.
Oklahoma 2
Ohio
years
State
in a
played
row.
VTech. They played VTech when VTech. They do. No, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Yeah. No, Ohio State always plays at least one tough one. I'm not saying specifically them.
I agree, like, we get
Wisconsin,
Akron.
Wisconsin's starting to do better playing Notre Dame. They used to play no one non-conference. I'm glad they're doing better.
Can I read just a random comment? The Onion Man says, "Za absolutely claps cheeks."
What does that mean?
That I certainly do.
You never heard of claps cheeks?
No, getting
Mitz is like,
I've never heard clapping cheeks. Okay, learn something new every
You
day.
understand? You understand
Those
what
are-
I'm
I
saying?
understand now. Yeah.
Those were 2 distinctly different forms of cheek
Thunder.
clappers.
Right, mine
Like,
was,
yeah, and
right.
Fab, do
Thunderous.
yours just
Oh my God!
thunderous.
imagine that nail with
force.
a 300-pound hammer.
Throw your whole body weight into it.
Man, oh man. I just don't. I guess we'll find out soon what they're talking about with the alliance. We really don't know. We're just kind of projecting. what it means. Are they sharing money? Are they just are they going to lock in bowls together? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. But
isn't that so? You don't think it's just because of?
No, I know why. It's absolutely because of the SEC.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're going to do to counter the SEC.
I almost feel like it's just kind of like a handshake thing.
It's like if you're going to
Like it's almost
try
just-
and do that, we're going to do this.
Yeah, like it's almost just kind of being like I guess I use the term "get their ducks in a row." Like I feel like it's just kind of like them.
But listen,
protecting themselves from the SEC getting like too powerful.
but the Big Ten's response to the SEC adding 2 of the top 10 programs or top 10 athletic programs in the country is to start doing business with Oregon State and Arizona.
Well, they
Well,
gotta
I
get-
think-
who else are going to get?
Oklahoma State's right there.
Well, I mean, no, you take the small ones with the big ones.
And what does this mean for – okay, now we've got an alliance with these 3 conferences. Now we have the monster SEC,
Playoff, is that what you're about to ask about?
not even a little bit.
Okay.
What happens to Oklahoma State and Iowa State? And what happens to these teams now? If there's an alliance, where do they join? What do they do? If all the money's going towards the alliance
They
and
gotta
the
join it.
SEC,
They gotta join an alliance. They gotta make their own alliance. Everyone's for themselves.
I don't
right
know if
now.
anybody wants
I
them.
mean, I think
No, they
the Big
definitely
Ten, we
don't.
kind of just passed on them to go after Clemson and the Florida States of the world and like the USCs and the Oregons, which I don't think is a horrible trade-off.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. It's just it's confusing to me. I think we're supposed to hear about it at like 2:00 today, so we'll know a little bit about what it is.
My gut just tells me it's going to be kind of a lot of nothing. Like
Yeah.
I think it's just like I
That's
said.
what I'm
It's
at.
just kind of it's just to like. I just keep saying the same these cliche terms, like because I think that's all it really is.
Grandstanding.
Yeah, like I think they're just doing it just to kind of do it and just say, hey, like we're like you guys made a move, we made a move, like now let's all come together and make a move.
Yeah.
I think that's the long-term plan.
My question, I brought this up to you a second ago, the playoff situation. Is this slowing down the 12-team playoff? Because we need, with everybody, the SEC getting tougher, probably headed for more games. If the ACC Pac-12, they're all going to play each other. We need a bigger playoff to where people are encouraged to where if you drop 1 or 2 games, it's not that big a deal. And I think we need that quick.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they got to be headed towards a 12-team playoff. I think anything that slows that down is a detriment to college football. You just need more. You need more. You need more bowl. You need more playoff. You need more money. You need more everything. And it's just we'll see. I think it's going to end up fine. I'm just confused right now.
It's wild times because everything we knew about college football our entire lives and for generations has been flipped in the last 2 months with the NIL and this conference
Right.
stuff. I mean, it's just crazy.
There's more. The biggest change in college football in history has happened over the last year. I mean, just so much has happened. Just the conference changes, the NIL, like you said, everything. Go ahead and hit ad number 2 if you got one.
Let's do it. We got NASCAR.
Then we'll take some calls.
The NASCAR Cup regular season finale going back to the famous Daytona International Speedway. Drivers will be putting it all on the line to secure the final spots in the playoffs. Daytona always delivers incredible racing at speeds over 200 miles an hour, and you know there will be wrecks and drama to come at the Super Speedway. And the Barstool Sportsbook is offering exclusive bets for you to get in on all the action and win big. A lot to bet on with NASCAR, so stay tuned for our bets later this week, and be sure to tune in to the NASCAR Cup Series finale at Daytona International Speedway this Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBC. And I've been to Daytona once, and man, when you get close to the rail at a NASCAR track,
Yeah.
when you're on the fence, you feel the tires
Right.
hitting like shredding off the cars. They're going so fast. It's a serious kind of intensity.
Yeah, no, it really is, and the noise you'll never forget it. The smell, everything. When you go to a NASCAR
rubber?
event, it's just it's an assault on your senses in a good way, and it's one of those. It's a lot like hockey to me, pro hockey. Like you don't appreciate how great it is until you see it live.
Have you been to Talladega? What have you been to?
I've been to Martinsville,
Okay.
which is a short track. It's the second shortest track in NASCAR, so it's different. I haven't seen the super speedway up close. All right, so this guy has been hanging out. This guy was waiting on the phone when I started this show at like 10:50 or 11:50. I popped up the computer. This guy's waiting to talk college football, so I'm going to get him first. It is Eddie in California. He wants to talk college football. Go, Eddie in California.
Yeah, a couple things. Inside tip: BT Daniels beat DJ twice in high school.
Okay.
Smoked him both times. So, big thing. The other thing about what the Pac-12 is doing is their commissioner doesn't want ESPN to have all the games for the playoff and wants to do more like the NFL model where he breaks it up between the 3 different networks, so it raises the price.
Yeah.
But the SEC wants it all on ESPN because that's their partner. So The alliance is, one, to squeeze out Rico-style SEC from any non-con games with 3 other conferences, and to force Fox and CBS to the table for the playoffs, to push that off until 2025.
Okay, well, that was well explained. I'll give you credit for that.
It makes a lot of sense.
That was
It
very,
definitely
very well
does.
explained. It does make sense, but is an alliance against the SEC and ESPN together going to work?
I mean, what else are they going to do? I mean,
Yeah, it's a good question.
if all you have is a knife in in a gunfight, you use a knife.
Well, let me ask you this, because you brought up a point about JT Daniels and DJ, right? And JT Daniels beat him twice, right?
That Trinity League, California, that high school league.
Is it-
Bryce Young's out of that league
Isn't
too.
JT Daniels is in his 4th year in college, and DJ's in his 2nd year of college. So you would have been talking senior against sophomore, right?
No. See, what everyone forgets is JT Daniels skipped his junior year. I mean, his senior year of high school too.
I do forget that.
He skipped his senior year of high school to go start for USC. He should have been a senior when he started for USC that one season. And then his replacement behind him was Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So Bryce Young and JT were back-to-back. in
Also, they
Mater
both
Dei.
played at Mater D, right? Mater Dei,
Dei,
excuse me.
yeah.
I like to say Mater D. I like to say it like it's in cars.
And actually, this Friday, and you can find it on some sports books in other countries because it's illegal in the United States. But Mater Dei is the number one.
We don't
ranked-
care.
We can't-
No high school gambling.
can't really do that. But I do, Eddie. I like you. You bring good knowledge. You bring good information. I want you to call back.
Yeah, as long as Rico's not on, I'll call him.
I love you so much, Eddie. Thank you very much. Good call.
Why does the Pac-12 have so much beef with the ESPN? Because I know that's been a big part of the Pac-12's branding problem the last few years, is because they haven't been on there. Like, what's up with that?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know. I know they've never really gotten the TV love they think they deserve, but I don't know how you give them the TV love they think they deserve when they're out 3 hours away from everybody. And
That's literally the answer.
the
It's too
quality
late.
the quality of their football just isn't where it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, or on par with everybody else. So Nate in Virginia wants to ask about the Mincy experiment and talk about college football. Go, Nate in Virginia.
Yeah, I've got 3 quick points. First of all, Mincy's my favorite Barstool employee.
Thank
Just
you.
That's
absolutely
stupid.
so positive. I just follow him on Twitter, have his tweet notifications on. He and Stu Feiner, I think, are in rare company. But
I don't know about
second
that.
point,
Thank you, though.
well, I'm fully behind the Mincy experiment. But second point is that Michigan over 7.5 wins. It's plus 100 on Barstool Sportsbook. I think we're severely underrated. I am a homer. Sorry, Big Ev. But I do think we have the best 2 safeties in the Big Ten between Dax Hill and Brad Hawkins. I think we've got a deep receiving core, and I think that we've got probably the best running back rotation in the Big Ten as well. So, four straight home games to start the year. I know Washington at home is a bit of a question mark, but I think that Washington is, as much of a question mark as we are.
Fine. Time. Give me a 20. Give me a 20 here. Give me a 20. Let me break in here. What makes you think Michigan, who hasn't had an explosive offensive athlete in 5 years, what makes you think they have the best running back room in the Big Ten when Ohio State has proven Master Teague and this Travion Henderson, who's like supposed to be this wonderkin?
Evan Pryor also.
Why would Michigan have the best running back room? When's the last time they had a memorable running back?
Tim Biakabatuka.
Well,
Mike Hart.
Mike Hart. That's what I was going to say.
Well, I would say that between Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, it's a deep room. If you look at Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum's numbers from last year, there was some pretty significant production. So, I understand Master Teague is an absolute animal. I give credit where it's due. But, we're at least in the top 3 in the running back conversation.
I appreciate your love for your team, all right? And I think Michigan over 7.5, I don't think that's a bad bet. Like, I think they might be laying in the weeds a little bit. My issue with them is just it doesn't matter. They got a new defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald. Josh Gaddis is still installing that spread offense up there. But it's not going to matter until Jim Harbaugh gets guys that can go. Because when they get on the field with teams like Ohio State, it doesn't matter what play call it is. It doesn't matter what scheme it is. Ohio State has explosiveness and athletes and 4-3, 4-4. And Michigan's just got guys running like it's 1970. Until you fix that, I don't want to see how you become what Michigan wants to be.
That's fair. I think if you look at the number of Michigan players in the NFL in the last 5 years, we're actually, I think, pretty high up there. I just wanted to make one more point, though,
Please.
Which is that Nebraska, Illinois, under 56 points. It's a Big Ten conference opener in the first week of the season. It's going to be sloppy play. There's going to be turnovers. I think the defenses are going to dominate, and I think under 56 is a lock.
Yeah, I like the under too. I appreciate the call, Nate.
I do too. Thanks for the kind words.
Shut up. Let's change it up a little bit because
It's a cute call.
this is a douchebag name and state combination. I've got Adam in Pennsylvania. Adam in Pennsylvania wants to talk Major League Baseball.
Shots fired, Roan.
Go.
Wow, Brandon, thanks for the intro there.
You got it, brother.
I got a little two-pick baseball parlay today. First, we got the Mets with McGill on the mound. We got a little bit of coming off a win and a day off. I like them today, getting healthy, ready to make the push to let all the Mets fans down at the end of the season. And then second, the Yankees have a perfect chance that if the Mets win, they could beat the Braves, help them try to get back in it a little bit, but they won't do that. The Braves will win. The Mets will win. That parlay is plus 220.
I don't think anyone's ever been like, let's take the Mets because of McGill is on the mound.
All right, thank you very
They're
much.
minus 120 today against the Giants.
I know. Well,
I mean, Giants are plus money. Like,
Yeah.
something's got to be up.
there's a lot of plus monies today. There's a lot of spreads today that
don't make
me
sense.
wonder.
Yep.
And I wanted to talk about that because I think we all have the Angels.
Yeah,
Because
with Otani on the mound.
yeah, with
And they're
against
only
the
like
Orioles,
minus 125 money line.
There's something going on.
Is it Tony or Bundy on the line?
No, Otani.
no, it's Bundy.
It's Bundy. I saw
is
it was
he?
Bundy's got a
Oh.
6.05 ERA, but he used to
Okay,
pitch
okay.
for
But
the Orioles.
it doesn't matter. It does.
Did the Orioles have a day off yesterday? Are they still at 18 games, or is it 19 now?
They had a day off yesterday.
Oh, so it's 18 games in a row. Yeah, I saw that too. I'm just scared of it. I actually wanted to bet the Orioles.
Me too. But like Bundy, yeah, he has a 6 ERA. But the guy who's pitching for the Orioles has a 6 ERA too. And let me tell you something, they're a really bad team.
I just mentally couldn't back a team that's lost 18 in a row that's plus like 110. I just couldn't do it.
I'm
I just
okay
can't
with
do it.
losing with the Angels.
That's what I'm saying.
today.
If the Angels lose, they lose.
Yeah, the
Good
way you
for-
want to
good for
back
the
them
Orioles.
is if that line opens at like plus 300 and it gets up to like plus 220 or 210, you're like, oh,
Yep.
this is the time to back them. When it's at plus 120, like,
I'm like, nah.
the juice isn't worth the squeeze on that one.
Like if they win, God bless them.
And then again, the Mets are the other team where it's like they're minus 110 today. It's like they're playing the Giants. Giants are 80 and 44.
Yeah,
It's like, what are we doing here?
Giants are really fucking good. All right. I don't want any homers calling. I don't want if you're doing a college football pick, just be rational and be legit. So I'm going to go to a fan base that's definitely not delusional homers. Let's go to Brian in Auburn who wants to talk college football. Go ahead, Brian in Auburn.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Okay, well, first of all, I know, Brandon, that you hate Auburn, and Ben, you probably do too, but I love you
Stop.
guys for
Stop.
being from the South
Stop.
and,
Hold on.
and talking college gambling.
20.
I love you guys.
Give me
okay?
20. Thank you very much, Brian. We appreciate that. I do not hate Auburn any more than I hate everybody else. I love one team in this world, it's Mississippi State. I hate everybody else. That means LSU, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, but I'm rational about it. So continue.
Maybe not Iowa.
Now, okay, let's
Oral
throw out COVID. Let's throw out COVID.
Okay.
And let's remember that 2 years ago, Bo Nix beat Alabama. Okay? We have the most experienced offensive line coming back. We have by far the best running back in the league. To say we don't have a shot at the over is kind of Auburn's going to be fine.
I thought we said we're only like
Do you
rational
know?
call is
Do
cool.
you know when you're sitting at home and you know that you're going out to dinner that night and you're talking with your wife, but you've been looking forward to it all week, right? And you know it's going to be a nice dinner. You're looking at 5-star reservations. You're looking at everything, but eventually you just settle. Okay, all right. Well, we'll just go to TGI Fridays. Auburn fired Gus Malzahn and had plans to go out to dinner and plans to hire a coach and plans to do this and fix everything Gus Malzahn did, and they hired TGI Fridays. They hired Boise State's coach who did nothing special at Boise State whatsoever. He comes down there. He's not a cultural fit. He's never recruited in the South. And you're telling me you're going to go up against a schedule that includes LSU, Georgia, Auburn, or Georgia, Alabama. You're going to do that
At
with a
Penn
first-year
State.
coach,
Penn
with a
State in
bad
the conference,
quarterback,
yeah.
Penn State on the road? You're telling me that?
Not a bad quarterback. No,
He's a terrible
five-star
quarterback.
We have Georgia and Alabama both at home. You're telling me Penn State's good? They started last season 1-5.
They started 0-5 and they ended up 4-5, but they're just as good as Auburn.
Schedule is fine to at least sniff the over. I'm not saying we're going to win 10.
Okay. What's your over on? Is it 7?
Yeah, it's 7.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna, if we beat Penn State, we start off 3-0. We got
Okay. Well, stop
LSU
right there.
and-
Stop right there. You're not beating Penn State on the road.
Well, I mean, we could.
Why?
You know what?
Why?
You could.
Much better than their offense.
All right. Let me tell you the teams you're not beating. All right, you're not beating Alabama no matter where it is. All right, you're not beating Georgia. You're not beating A&M this year. You're not. I think you're not beating Penn State. So I'm at 4.
Win in College Station.
What?
Auburn hasn't lost in College Station since they got in the SEC.
You haven't played this brand of Texas A&M out there. This is the best Texas A&M you'll ever play out there.
Oh, okay. Then why do we always win? Why
He's like, Texas A&M.
I don't care what you did previously.
Because Kevin Sumlin used to
What I'm
coach them.
telling you is you're going out there now. This is the nastiest A&M you will ever play in College Station this year. Their defense is nasty. Their running back room's the best in the SEC. They are good. They're a legit top 10, top 15 team, and Auburn's not, and it's at Texas A&M.
We are irrational gamblers, okay? This voodoo happens in gambling where you go out to College Station and you always win. It just happens. I don't know.
You can't just assume a win at College Station. I'm sorry, I can't let you do that.
Marty, don't you like the irrational gambling?
He knew I was the one
We've never
that
lost in College Station.
smart man coming to me because I was like, I like this guy. It just has to
Marty?
happen. Yo, I agree. Irrational gambling. Well, I want
You're
you
with me,
responsibly.
I have a question.
It could.
Where do you play? Where do you play Ole Miss?
That one's gonna be. It's at Auburn. That one's tough.
We play
can
Ole
win
Miss at Auburn.
It's Halloween weekend.
Okay.
That one's gonna be tough for
We
the
always
refs.
play them Halloween, and we always beat them at Auburn.
All right. Who do you play from the East outside of Georgia?
I don't think we. Oh, South Carolina. We play at South Carolina.
Okay, so you'll probably be okay there
in
too.
November.
You'll probably be okay there too. Okay. So I think you'll be around 6 to 8. If you want to say over 7, that's fine. I'm not going to begrudge you, but your reasoning is just because you love Auburn.
All right. We can sniff 7. We have the most experienced offensive line coming back. We're a running team, and Harsin has a top 5 winning percentage in college football.
God damn it, man. Because he was at Boise State, everybody he plays doesn't have near the talent that his team
And he
has.
took over
All he
Peterson.
did was keep the car in the road. He didn't improve that program at all from where he inherited it. All he did was just keep the car in the middle of the road. That's all he did.
Can I ask you? Do you like the Mike Bobo OC hire? Because I got some questions there. That I have questions there.
The answer is no, but obviously not.
Well, I do like the Derek Mason defensive coordinator hire.
Yes,
All right.
that's fine.
Well, keep calling.
Thanks.
I thank you for calling. I appreciate you.
You can always win an argument if you just say, well, they could.
Well, they could.
He's not winning that.
You
Penn
really
State.
can
They
always
could.
win. It's like, they're not going to beat them there. Well, they could.
I think I might have more vitriol for Auburn than Brandon does because there was.
great.
I'm still scarred for life from when Laquan Treadwell was running in that end zone. He got hooked down, and then that game in 2014 when it was,
I have no reason to be mad at Auburn.
Cam Newton stole.
Yeah,
him.
they
outbid Mississippi State.
Outbid us, yeah.
Outbid them.
We should have kept going.
I might have overheard something this morning, but did I hear that you don't think Alabama's going to make the college football
I don't
playoff?
think Alabama's going to make the college football playoff.
He said that. He thinks it's Georgia's year.
Yeah.
Which actually don't. They're.
I got Georgia, Oklahoma, Clemson,
A&M.
Ohio State.
I think Clemson's a lock.
You don't have
just because
A&M?
of the
I know you
ACC.
love A&M.
I love A&M, but I don't have them in the playoff.
Okay.
I think Clemson, I think Clemson, Ohio State are.
I think Ohio State's less of a lock, but I believe they're just so much better in their
Clemson's the
competition.
number 1 lock, I think.
Clemson's a lock. I think Oklahoma's close to a lock.
I just can't.
The Clemson problem,
Yeah.
though, if Ua Ungalele goes down, they've got like walk-ons behind him. They have nobody behind him this year at quarterback.
The
So
thing
that's the one.
Why I
thing.
say Oklahoma's a lock is getting to the playoff is not hard for them. I mean, they get there all the time. Winning in the playoff is their problem. So if
They
if
get there on accident sometimes.
yeah, I mean they get there, they backdoor sometimes,
Yeah.
but getting there is not that hard for them at all. It's what they do when they get there that's embarrassing for that program. But
Who's Alabama losses?
I think they lose at College Station, and then I think they lose in the SEC championship game if they get there to Georgia.
You don't think just 2 losses doesn't quite make it? You don't
No,
think?
2 losses definitely
Those
doesn't. Especially
definitely not,
If those
yeah.
are the losses, they definitely don't make it.
Yeah, I don't think it's as much as you discounting Alabama as you just blowing Georgia.
I'm not blowing Georgia at all. It
Well,
is.
but if they lose to A&M, they're in trouble.
Hey, here's my thing about Alabama. I understand that they are the best program in college football. They have the best coach in college football history, and I understand that they have a history of making it. But you don't have to look very far for them to not make the playoff. It happened 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they did not make the playoff, and that was with Tua in his junior season. He got hurt. That's why they lost to Auburn at the end, but he was healthy when they lost the first game. So I just think if they lost 2 years ago, now they have a question mark at quarterback, and I know he's going to be good eventually, but his first year is a question mark. They replaced the best running back in college football with Brian Robinson. The guy who's been there 6 years is not special.
Don't say his name like that.
They replaced 60% of their offensive line. They replace.
But they always replace. That's my point.
They always replace, but they don't always make the playoff. They most of the time make the playoff.
They've only missed it once.
Yeah, they always make the playoffs besides the one time you're saying. And it's like, and I feel like I always do hear it where it's like, oh, well, they're replacing everyone there. It's a little down year. And the good point you did make is that this year is that everyone is so much deeper because of the COVID year and they can come back. That does fuck them a little bit because those seniors are still here and they don't have any
And I know Kirby Smart is a choker, and I know Georgia is historically a choker, but Clemson was a choker until they broke through, right? And LSU had Ed Orgeron and had the best season in history a couple of years ago, and that's with a coach who's not – he's not overwhelmingly good.
It comes down to the quarterbacks, and I think JT Daniels is really good because LSU had Burrow. You break Clemson. It's all about Deshaun Watson. When you have that special quarterback.
And I got Alabama fans like Jacob Johnson menstruating in the fucking comments here. Well, he doesn't pick our team. Shut up and go back to work at O'Reilly Auto Parts. You fucking gump. All right.
Jesus Christ. I like Alabama. I'm wearing the shorts.
I'm fine with Alabama. I just
wearing the shorts.
This particular year,
Bucks of camera.
I just think it's gonna be. I think the schedule is tough. I mean, opening against Miami, they'll probably win, but it's not easy. At Florida in week 3, that's your quarterback's first road start in his career. That's not an easy assignment.
Is that the most degrading thing you can call somebody? A gump?
Well, that's just for Alabama, the Forrest Gumps,
Yeah, well, I know what it's related to.
Yeah, so
making sure.
And the Alabama defense is going to be loaded. They're going to be fantastic this year. I think this is the year defense fights back in college football because I think the upper echelon offenses have lost enough where the defense is. You look in the top 10, there's 4 or 5 programs that are built on their defense this year, like Georgia is defense first. Notre Dame is all defense. Wisconsin's up there close. They're defense first. I think Alabama will be led by their defense this year. It's just on and on and on.
A lot of new quarterbacks in the SEC.
I think this is the year
a lot of new
QBs.
As a fan, I'm excited about it, but Wisconsin-Penn State first week is insane.
Iowa-Indiana first week.
That's
the Big Ten's giving us some good matchups week 1.
I love it, but I also I would hate it if
Ohio
that was
State plays Minnesota.
I love your
Thursday
matchup in week 1.
Minnesota Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah. I feel like, the public's going to be like 85% Ohio State on that one. That just looks like that Thursday night road game could be weird.
About 13
First
and a half?
week of
but
first
that
week
just
of
feels
college
like
football is my favorite with gambling wise. I will lay 30s, 40s. I will lay anything with these good teams against the shitty teams, especially where most of these shitty teams barely even played last year.
Minnesota's interesting because they're not really shitty. They got very good. They got an experienced quarterback
run the ball.
and a great running back, but their defense was bad last year.
Can't match up those receivers.
I'm excited for people to see C.J. Stroud.
You're excited for yourself to see C.J. Stroud. You've never seen him either.
I've seen him more than most people. I'm telling you, he can sling it, man. He really can. I think it's just one of the things it's hard to just envision it until you've just seen it.
Tell me right now one thing you're worried about Ohio State. I don't want to hear anything good.
Secondary.
Linebacker, the back 7 of defense.
I want to say him to say it.
Secondary, easy.
I don't care. I know we will say it. I'm happy.
Without question, the secondary. Not even like a thought. Secondary.
I would stretch that to the back 7 because you're
replacing.
Well, no,
we replaced all the linebackers, but I'm confident the guys that we have stepping in have been there for a while. Like especially like Mitchell's been a super talented guy we've talked about for a long time. I think they're gonna Dallas Gant, Simon. I think they're gonna be fine. It's the secondary I'm worried about.
Smitty V 2.0 says, we got to get the picks. Brandon, thoughts on USC, Oregon, or Washington making the playoff? I like Washington's chances. I think Washington's going to be really good. If they can get any quarterback play, I think they're loaded talent-wise. They're getting to the end of the Chris Peterson left talent, and now their recruiting is going to catch up to them soon. But this year, they're loaded with experience.
Defense has been very good.
And they have all their key Pac-12 games at home. They have Oregon at home. They have, I think, USC at home. All their key games are at home. Anyway, picks. Marty, I know you've been killing it. I'll let you go first. Do we have any more ads, or is it just 2?
It's just 2.
All right, Marty, you are killing us right now. Big Ev had the best night last night, but you're still on top, so I will let you go first.
So I got the Angels, even though Bundy is 2-9 with a 6 ERA.
By the way, Marty, Big F's creeping on you.
I know. Last
right.
night he had a good night. I went 1-2. I think I will. Like I said, I will die with the Angels against the Orioles. I am going with the White Sox against Berrios. The White Sox need to. They've been on a little bit of a schneid here. I got the Reds. That's my other one I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
The Reds.
I have that as well.
What's going on there?
I mean, Corbin Burns.
I understand Corbin Burns, but it's like
but that's what it is.
But
You're asking what's
200
going on.
with the Reds, like even Cole.
Who's
against
pitching for the Reds?
Fucking
Maley.
Who's
Okay.
not? He's 10. He's 10-4.
Oh, no,
this
he's
year.
bad at home. He's actually good on the road. I know that's a stat. People.
I understand who
Reds fans have been
I
on mentions about
understand
that.
Burns, like I understand that, but like it's still against a playoff team right now.
No, I don't hate the
That's
play.
plus
good value.
185 is crazy.
I don't hate the play at all.
I think you have to take it. And I got yeah, that was it. 4.
Oh, you didn't even say the Yankees, did you?
Yeah, I mean you just know it.
Okay. All right. Big F.
Andrew Heaney's pitching,
Yeah.
and I'm still.
He looked
confident.
good against the Red Sox. Yankees plus money. Yankees plus money is always going to be my card for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the A's money line at 330. I think they bounced back today. Tough loss last night. They blew. I didn't know it was 160.
It's a little bit of a juice bagger.
When I looked, it was like 135. But all right, we're playing it. I'm on the Angels. Baltimore's lost 18 in a row. They just stink. If they lose, they lose. Rays on the road today at the Phillies. The Phillies stink. They've been Smitty. They've been Boscoed. Whatever term you want to use, give me the Rays today. And, of course, like I said, the Yankees.
That's my problem right now, too, betting wise. Like I want to take the Rays. I can't take the Rays today.
Yeah,
and
Megan making money's picking the Rays too.
Oh, well. Who are they playing, the Phillies?
Yep.
Smitty, why don't you go?
I got the Angels as well. I believe I have a D-backs first 5 money line. I mean, Madison Bumgarner is just unbelievable. So, I mean, I'm taking him for the rest of the time. Athletics bounce off against a loss. Corbin's on the mound. I agree. I thought that was 135. Must have just went down, which is a good thing. Angels money line. Ranger Suarez, he's a fireball pitcher. He's been on a pitch count for most of the year. He's let loose now. They're playing the Rays, who surprisingly still lead the league in strikeouts.
I didn't realize that.
You wouldn't think that. You
Yeah.
think that, but they would play small ball. Yeah.
Yeah, and then a nice little bet with Smitty on the Barstool Sports book. Bryce Harper, Reese Hoskins both get a hit, and the Phillies pull one out.
All right. Ben Mintz.
I have 3 picks. I'm going under 3.5 Detroit runs against Flaherty today. I also went under 8 in Tigers Cardinals. Casey Mize against Flaherty. I think it's a pitching duel. And I've got the Astros to bounce back by a run and a half off a bad loss last night.
All right. Chat weighs in. The chat boys weigh in. Cheddar Bob with the burn of the century. Megan making no money.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Man, oh, man. And
She might just have to quit.
I'll go last because I am last, but I am so poised for college football. It is Cubs money line. I don't know. They lost 13 in a row at home. They pulled out a miracle yesterday. I had a weird gambling night last night. I had 2 games that were both down 3 runs late, and I won those. And then I had the under in NFL, which should have absolutely cash.
And then at the end, Jacksonville at the end.
It flipped at the end. So everything I had flipped. So I ended up going 2-1. I like the Reds money line too. I just like that team in this spot. Rays money line, and then I got Stanton to hit a home run because
what are his odds on that?
When he is locked in, I don't know. I thought TJ would get it.
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet. But whatever it is, I'm assuming it'll be around 280, 300. You know, it won't be that high.
Can someone explain to me why the Astros just never win?
Do they not win?
I mean, it
They
just
got
seems
smoked
like
last night.
it just seems like they never win when all of us collectively, I think, bet on them last night.
I had them in there.
And they
I
just,
did.
Can
I don't know. I don't get it.
Can I add a pick, please?
Yeah.
I'm taking the Lynx. I'm sorry. I'm taking the Storm -4 tonight. And WNBA's back. It's on ESPN2. I was only going to bet on it if it was on TV. So
Okay.
I have something.
That's your
nice
betting system.
things.
If you can see it on TV, you're betting.
Yeah, that Big Cat was big on that. But
Yeah.
that's just with the WNBA. Sometimes it's tough to find. I got the I got Seattle -4.
I was gonna add because I had actually written down. I'm not gonna add one. I like my 4. I'm gonna go with my 4. I want to avoid an 0-5 night.
That's why I'm a little scared about mine, but I added it. I'm going to bet on it.
Who'd you take? Oh, I already have 5. Never mind. I was going to take the opposite.
Okay.
Anybody?
That's why I'm now going to be texting TJ separately so no one could see my picks and try and go.
I always text him separately.
Yeah, I know it's smart.
Yeah,
it's smart. I'm gonna have to
because I gotta hide.
You're right.
I
noticed you don't. Yeah, I noticed you're right.
Because
Brandon.
people could just go opposite.
I gotta hide my picks that are down 14 units. If I showed you my picks, you guys would be rich.
True.
All right.
Live in Jersey.
Pick'em Podcast posted their teaser for this season. Go watch it. It's a masterpiece.
Okay.
Cool.
Pick'em podcast with Rico being a whiny baby, I'm sure.
Hashtag save WTL.
He'll be here tomorrow, and Rico will be here tomorrow. Jeff Nadeau will be here on Friday, and Mark and Philly will be here Thursday.
What?
Really?
Nah, just kidding.
He hit me up last week trying to come. I was like,
I
can't answer that.
I am going to
He's
get
going
him
to be
here.
so sad when he hears that.
I am going to get him. He didn't call in today. I don't know if he's watching. So.
You know what I'm
puts
saying?
him
Colby
back.
didn't call in today.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
congrats,
Finau.
I texted him last night. Tony Finau finally won that son of a bitch.
Colby, you better call in tomorrow. All
He
right.
said plus 4,000 he got. God bless him.
The Yak is up next.
And he's still down.
Yeah, way down.